story you can probably relate to. So imagine hiring a moving company after agreeing on one price, but once the move is underway, the company hands you a bill that amounts to much more than the original estimate. Well, that's what happened, exactly what happened to a Kitchener, Ontario woman, and that's not all. When she said she had no more money, the movers put her belongings back on their truck and drove away. Our Go Public reporter Kathy Tomlinson is following her story, and she joins me now from Vancouver. Kathy, unbelievable.
Yeah, and Carol, a judge says what happened here to Natasha Mitchell was extortion, theft, fraud, and blackmail. This happened 2.5 years ago, and these movers still have her belongings. She hired two small men with big hearts, the Cambridge franchise, to move her stuff, and she was told it would cost about $500. When they showed up, they said the bill to deliver, they said the bill was $900. She said, I don't have $900, so, as you said, they put her stuff back on the truck, and they drove away. Then what the owner did is what the judge really took exception to. He jacked up the bill again to $1,200, then to $1,900, then to $2,500, all in a couple of days. Now, Mitchell refused to pay instead. Of course, she took them to court. The judge ordered them to pay her $22,000, but she's yet to see a dime. Here's what she says about how that all unfolded.
All he wanted was money. He's just give me my money and we'll give you your stuff. You don't give me the money, then you obviously don't want your stuff. And I don't know how he's able to say I don't want my stuff. Clearly, you have my entire life.
What's the moving company saying about this?
Well, they did talk to us. The owner, Batta, says he has no intention of paying what the judge ordered him to pay. He says these are charges for storage and that he had every right to keep her stuff because she wouldn't pay the original bill. However, the head office of this moving company, two small men with big hearts, says this is hurting their reputation, so they are going to tell Batta that he has to pay Mitchell what the judge ordered, and if he doesn't, he's at risk of losing his license. Carol?
Is there anything we can learn from this, Kathy? I mean, would it help if people said, okay, because there are lots of moving companies that say, okay, here's the price, and you agree to pay it, and off you go, and then maybe you might be stuck with big charges later. So should somebody get that estimate written down?
Well, we talked to the Industry Association about this, and they said it's all in the contract. Make sure you research what your contract says, and that's what the mover has to stick to. In this case, there was nothing about, hourly charges and storage having to be put in addition to the bill. So the key is look at the contract, and again, research what you're doing. Check out the moving companies, look online, look at the Industry Association, and see what the tips are before you just hire somebody for the lowest price.